Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is General Dreams. I'm Mike. So today I was just going to talk to you about the clutch install that I just did on this. So we put the new primary clutch in it and did a video on that last week. Everything went pretty well. What you didn't get to see in that one was after I got it all together, I took the pictures of the clutch alignment. And then I had to bust out my manual. And so what you do is you take your camera with your cover off. You stick your camera in there and you center it up on the primary with the belt going around. And you take a picture of it to see if it's centered in there. I never had an alignment issue before as far as the clutches being in line like this. But I put a brand new clutch on, so I thought I'd better check, maybe the new clutch is a little bit different. And it was. So I wish I knew that in advance, because the spacers or washers that they tell you to use don't cost much, but they take a while to get. None of the dealers in my area had them. So I had to order them online, and then it still took a while to get here. So they're just these little tiny washers, but they're a certain size. Let's see, does it say on here? It does. So see if you can see that. It's 0.75 by 0.400 by 0.03. And then I bought several of them because I figured they're good to have around. You never know, maybe I can help out a friend. Or so then in the manual we got the driven clutch alignment procedure. So this is the secondary. If you're not familiar with the driven, you would move the secondary in and out. Well, you can't move it in. You move it out with these washers to get your belt to center up in the primary. So it says on here the maximum thickness and all that, and that's what these are. They're actual Polaris washers. But they tell you to use a maximum of 2. Don't ever use more than 2. And to put them in, let me show you that. To put them in, they say just take a screwdriver, slide the washer on when you're installing your clutch. That would help line it up onto the pin. It's actually pretty easy. The part that is annoying about it is you put one on there, and then you put your belt on, and then you spin your belt. What is going on now? Oh, it says I got a low battery. Okay. So then you spin your belt, and to see where it lands. I didn't like that enough. I started it up, ran it a little bit. The other thing is, if your clutch is not in line with the other one, then the belt, the side of the belt will drag, and your driven clutch will be spinning a little bit when it's in park and in neutral. So if that's spinning, then you can't put it in gear. So that's why you're trying to center that up, so that it's riding on just the bearing and not dragging on the side of the shiv. So you put one washer on there, you start it up, you try that, you take pictures, you try to decide, okay, is that good? Should I try one more washer? And you're thinking these things are so thin. How can they make much difference? But I was amazed. I mean, they are really thin. I don't think you'll be able to tell in the picture very well, and there's nothing to compare it to, but they're very thin. But when you put it in there, you can tell a difference. But what I learned more than anything that I thought was interesting is when I'd spin the belt. I'd take the picture, I spin the belt, I take the picture, and in some spots it was perfectly in line. You spin the belt, and then it was touching one side. It's like, whoa, what's going on? You spin it some more, it'd be back over. You spin it some more, it'd be back over. So the belts are doing, they're walking this. They're moving back and forth like this. And I go, okay, well, there's something wrong with that belt. Well, I have several belts because every time I've had a clutch issue with this machine, I would just buy a new belt because I didn't want to chance the belt being part of what the issue was. So I put new parts in, all that, and I put a new belt on so that it's a true comparison of that product. So I have a few belts. So I put on a different belt. It's like, oh, well, that one's a little bit better. And then I run it, and I drive it around the driveway, and I come back, I shut it off, I spin it around. It's like, wow, it's doing a similar thing. It's not quite as drastic, but it was doing it also. So I thought that was kind of weird. And, all right, well, should I try another washer? So I went ahead and I took it apart again, put a second washer in it, tried it again. Same kind of thing happens. I go from, it looks like maybe it could use just a touch more to move out. So I put the other one in, and now it looks like it has just a touch. Maybe it should come back in. But I ran it a little bit, ran around the driveway, did all that kind of stuff. I said, all right, I'm going to run it like that and see what it's like. And I took a spin, did a little playing the other day. Seemed to work great. But I'm going to carry those, well, I always carry those tools with me. But I'm going to carry the tools I need, which is just a socket and a ratchet to take that driven clutch off. So if I'm out somewhere and I got a feeling something's going on, I can check that. I can pop that clutch off, remove one of the washers, put the clutch back on, try the other position. Kind of just hangs out in the middle. So anyway, that was the point I wanted to touch on. If you mess with these clutches, I would just go ahead and get some of these and have them in your Polaris toolbox in case you ever need them. And like I said, your friends might wind up needing them. They're not very expensive. It's just when you need one, you'll wish you had one in your toolbox. It's part number 7556580. I'll put the part number in the description below. And if you got any questions, go ahead and comment, and I'll try to get back to you. And I hope that was helpful. If it helps one of you out there, it was worth making the video. So don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. Help the channel out, and we'll catch you on the next one. You have a good day.